As you may or may not have heard, there's been a lot of talk about sexism in the Australian Parliament and a lot of MRA issues brought up. This is an article I pulled up from a senator for New South Wales, the state that I live in, and she is from the Liberal Party. And if you don't know, in Australia, the Liberal Party would be like the Conservative Party and the Labour Party would be like the Democrats. I want you guys to look at this article, and hopefully there's some feminists out there who claim that, you know, MRAs don't like strong, independent women. I want you to look at the attitude of this woman, and I'm going to read some a little bit out here. Now she's talking in defense of the opposition leader who's running for the Prime Minister, Tony Abbott. But just read the kind of language she uses and the things that she says. She says, labeling Tony Abbott as a sexist is just a stunt. It devalues good women in politics. When all else fails for the quota girls of Labour, when their backs are to the wall, they begin screeching about sexism. Politics is a tough game. It's still predominantly a man's game. That's why the ALP, the Australian Labour Party, has quotas and Emily's List. We don't use quotas in the coalition. The coalition is the Liberal Party. Women are elected on merit. I know, I did it the hard way. 5 pre-selections, 13 years of effort, an unsuccessful run in the Senate in an unwinnable position. Then I unseated the sitting senator. Sadly, women are churned in and out of Labour pre-selections on quotas. They have obtained their seat through affirmative action. They have been conceded the right by the mostly male union heavyweights, but they can occupy a seat. I have met some hard-working ALP women, but sadly for them, they will never be afforded the same degree of respect that comes from getting there on merit. Getting there on the same terms and under the same rules as the coalition person I sit next to in the party room or the Senate. Now, just look at that attitude. Look at the difference in attitude of a woman who's had to work hard to get somewhere, as opposed to the attitudes on the left. And you know, people think, people say that, oh, you know, people aren't seeing female doctors as much, or people don't give women as much respect. And it's obvious why they don't. It's because when you have somebody holding your hand all the way through and helping you out, you're not going to have the same respect. Respect isn't given to somebody like that. Respect has to be earned. And if someone is going to put their health into somebody's hands, they're not going to listen to what feminists tell them to do. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to think about it for themselves. And then they're going to go to somebody who's worked hard to get there. Now, that doesn't say that women don't work hard to get somewhere. They do. But as long as we have these quotas for women, as long as women are given all these privileges in front of men, they'll never have the same respect, even if they had to work twice as hard as a man to get there, even if they're just twice as good. So it's a very short article, and I recommend you read it because I'd like to give credit where credit is due, and this is truly a woman I can respect simply by what she says. There's a lot of other good bits there, like her talking about how they use the left uses personal attacks, whereas she says Tony Abbott may denigrate the arguments, but he does not denigrate them personally. And doesn't that sound very similar to what Mr. Shapen says on his channel? It seems like every country, the left and the right, is exactly the same. Because it's exactly the same kind of stuff he talks about on his channel in terms of the debate, where the left would use personal attacks because they can't really win a rational argument with somebody. So please have a look at this, and I think it's very interesting, if you are from America, to have a look at the politics happening right now in Australia, because there's a lot of these interesting issues brought up. It's really coming to a head here. And I hope Tony Abbott wins the next election. Last election, I didn't really know who to pick because I didn't really like him. But the more I get to know him, the more I get to know what kind of person he is, I think the more I want him to be the leader, and the more I think that he is the right person at this time to be the leader. Anyway, thanks thanks for listening, and I'll make more videos. Oh yeah, and I should say anyone from any other country as well, like the UK or any other country, because I seem to say America all the time because it's just, that's pretty much all the politics. I used to watch just The Daily Show and the Colbert Report, and I used to watch all those. I used to know more about American politics than Australian politics. I think I still do. So, yeah. I don't know why that is. Just so in your face usually. Anyway, guys, thanks again. I'll see you later.